Good afternoon, Good Shepherd. It's May 18th, 2022. Glad to be with you this afternoon. A few things and a little bit of a surprise in a minute. First, I want to say thank you to everybody who was part of all of those services last Sunday. I know that things went as well as they could. I heard that the music was fabulous, and that the three folks from the choir who did the reflections were wonderful. So thank you to Connie and the choirs and Trish and the bell choir and all of the folks who, the contemporary group. Thanks to Bishop Epting and Nadine for seeing the services through, and for Elaine Oxenberry working hard to get the 745 Zoom going and working despite camera issues. Again, we're still working on that. Anyway, thank you to you all, and I'm sorry I missed it. This coming Sunday, we'll be back to the normal schedule, 7:45 and 10:30, with Mary Need's continuing sessions on David at 9:15. 7:45 will be pretty normal. 10:30 service will be our Youth Sunday, and we'll be recognizing graduating seniors or people who are moving from one significant place in school to another. So that'll be a lot of fun. The sermon there will be a presentation by the youth in place of the sermon, and that will be great. So be there and be a part of that. Right after the 7:45 service, before Mary starts, so immediately following the 7:45, I'd like to have a conversation with the folks who regularly or even often Zoom in to that 7:45 service, because in a few weeks, on June 12th, we're going to shift to a 9 o'clock service as the main service. I will do something by Zoom. It will be brief. It will have no music, but I want to talk with the folks who Zoom in to find out exactly what kind of format they would like that to take. So that's what we'll be talking about this coming Sunday, right after the 7:45 service. So if you're interested in being a part of that conversation, stay online. If you're in the room at that 7:45, and it's one of those rare occasions that you're there rather than Zooming in, you're welcome to be a part of that conversation. Between now and then, May 21st on Saturday is the NAMI walk. You've seen and heard a lot about that. You're going to see a little bit more as we close out this session of the midweek moment. But I want you to be aware of that. Pray for the walkers. And speaking of walkers, we've got some folks who are walking the Camino as part of a diocesan pilgrimage. So pray for them as well. But this coming Saturday, we're walking. There are a bunch of us who will be walking. You can still donate online. The weather is not looking promising, but I'm sure there will be a number of stalwarts out there. So please support us. Speaking of walking, on Monday, May 30th, that would be Memorial Day, at 8 o'clock, we're going to meet in the parking lot at the Carson Nature Center down there by Aspen Grove Shopping Center for a walk upriver, up the Platte, as we did in November. This will be a resumption of the Altars in the Worlds program that we started last fall, now that the weather and schedule are beginning to allow for those things to happen again. We were there 6 months ago, but 6 months ago, the trees were bare, and most of the birds were gone except for some water birds. Right now, it's spring migration, and the spring and summer birds are in. I go out every day, and there's something new and beautiful every day. So join us for that. And somewhere along the line, probably where we did last time at the overlook of one of the ponds, we'll stop and say morning prayer together. But we will meet at 8 o'clock, not 9, 8 o'clock to get a good start on that day. So please come, bring your friends. Also, in terms of walking, we are looking for some more people to help mow the lawn. We've got a number of people who've been on the team, but some of those have moved on in one way or another. And we need a good crew of lawnmowers so that we don't have to pay somebody to mow the lawn. So if you're interested in being a part of that, talk to Jim Wolf or Renee Shetter, and they will help you get lined up, or David McClary. They will help you get lined up to mow the lawn. Some of you know, the news went out yesterday that longtime parishioner Brad Nye died on Monday morning. He'd been battling cancer and came back with a vengeance last week, and he died Monday morning. His funeral will be a week from today, the 25th, at 11 o'clock at the church, and with a luncheon following. You are invited. But Brad's death reminds us all that there are a number of folks in the congregation who are battling cancer. And if you know any of them personally, give them a call. Let them know you're thinking and praying for them. And add all of the Good Shepherd folks who are in that awful, awful situation to your prayers, that they have strength, that the doctors do the things that doctors can do, the medicine works. Pray for them. So two last things before I shift over to, I want to show you a video. Before I do that is Compline this evening at 8:45. And there is a survey coming out. Please take a look at that survey. It's short, it's 5 or 6 questions, shouldn't take you any more than a couple of minutes, but help the Compline planners know what you're looking for, what you'd like to see as they plan for the fall. There's going to be a break right after Pentecost, and then they'll pick it back up in the fall, and a lot of what that will look like will depend on your responses to the survey. As I mentioned, the NAMI walk is coming up. If you want to know a little bit more about NAMI, this is what we're going to do. If you were in church on Sunday, you heard Deacon Nadine give this presentation. You can listen to it again and pick up on those things that you missed. If you weren't in church, you'll hear and see what's going on. And I thank Deacon Nadine for making this presentation.
I'm going to talk to you just for a few moments about mental health. In the United States, 1 in 5 adults experienced mental health issues in this past year. What that means is that we all probably know at least one person who struggles with mental health issues. Last February, 41.4% of adults in Oklahoma, it's even higher excuse me, in Colorado, reported symptoms of anxiety or depression. 20% were not able to get the counseling or therapy that they needed. 1 in 6 U.S. youth aged 6 to 17, hear that, 6 years old, experience a mental health disorder each year. 47,000 Coloradans aged 12 to 17 have depression. And last year, almost 65% of those kids did not receive any care. High school students with depression are more than 2 times more likely to drop out of school than their peers. On average, 1 person in the United States dies by suicide every 11 minutes. In Colorado, over 1,200 lives were lost to suicide, and 237,000 adults had thoughts of suicide in the past year. Mental illness goes untreated for many reasons. Often people have a mental illness and they aren't even aware of it, and those close to them don't know exactly what mental illness might look like. 2.5 million people in Colorado live in a community that does not have enough mental health professionals. Many who have mental illnesses don't have insurance that covers treatment, and they cannot afford to be treated. The good news, NAMI Colorado is the state organization for the National Alliance of Mental Illness, which is the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization. NAMI Colorado works to educate, advocate, listen, and lead to improve the lives of people with mental illnesses and their loved ones by offering free classes and support groups, not only for those who experience mental illness, but also for their families, friends, and supporters. Next Saturday, a team from Good Shepherd, known as the Good Shepherd Sheep Walkers, will be joining over 60 other teams in the NAMI Walks Your Way. This is a community walk to raise funds to support the wonderful work that NAMI does. It's not too late to join our team, but if you can't join us, please consider making a donation. The link to donate or join the team is in the weekly e-news, so it will be in the e-news again this coming Wednesday. If you prefer to make a donation sooner or join sooner and you don't have the link, let me know and I will send it to you by email. Or you may donate today by putting a check made out to NAMI Colorado in the offering plate. 100% of these funds go to NAMI's education, outreach, advocacy, and programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadine. Again, look forward to seeing you soon. Pray for all those who are experiencing mental illness and those experiencing cancer, all difficult circumstances. Again, look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.